Ciao ragazzi, Lord Teox, and welcome to another Genshin Impact video. Today I wanted to talk about Hu Tao. So I already posted a complete guide on her guys, so if you want and you want to check this out, I will leave you the link down below in the description for you. But today I really wanted to test how much main stats such as HP or for example Elemental Mastery change the numbers and the consistency of her damage. I also wanted to show you guys how a normal Hu Tao looks like, always taking a deeper steps than the one before to really understand what makes the difference here. We are also going to talk about this amazing white tassel 3-star weapon, guys. It's really cool, really surprised me, and why, if you don't want to spend too much money in this game, you need to take in consideration a lot of different aspects. So guys, make sure to stay until the end of the video if you want to learn everything about that and see all the results. So let's go. The 4 different tests I took at the beginning are very simple, guys, and in this way I was able to set the basics and from there understand better the numbers. So my Hu Tao talents are all at level 7 and the Staff of Homa is at level 90. So I know this is not achievable for everybody, it's not easy, I understand, but I needed to test in this way for different reasons. The first one, guys, is to show you how this damage looks like at this level with this weapon and so on. And the second reason, guys, is because if you can test it in what it looks like for me the best way I can on my account, when we're going to test it in what looks like the worst way, I can comparatively very easy and the test it's like, I would say, fair. So as you can see from the images, guys, here I use the same team 2 times. The first one is with Sucrose and HP percentage sense on Hu Tao, and the second time same team but Elemental Mastery sense on Hu Tao. After I did this, I used the same team with Bennett instead of Sucrose, and the 4 results we got are very interesting, so let's just read it very quickly together. HP Sucrose, we got 88k of damage ultimate. Elemental Mastery Sucrose, we got 94k. HP Bennett, we got 93k, and Elemental Mastery Bennett, we got 111k, which is also the highest damage I can get so far. The first things we can take from this test, guys, is that the Pyro Resonance combined to Elemental Mastery Sense will grant you a huge boost on your ultimate damage. Thank you, of course, of the high Elemental Mastery and the Crimson set. But let's go a little bit deeper, since we're not gonna use Hu Tao ultimate every time, guys. This is not the only things we're gonna do in the game. So what happens in a normal situation when you need to fight regular enemies, and what is really better? So here we're going to use the same teams 2 different times again, and the first things you want to do before is to break the shield and try to not deal any damage by doing this to the monster, and after using the elemental skills of Hu Tao, look at the number during the elemental skills and also after. After that we are gonna go back, do the same things, same teams, and like before we switch to an Elemental Mastery Sense instead of HP. So in this case, guys, we can already notice, and I know maybe this is not like a crazy thing for you, for some of you it's also obvious, but the numbers are lower than before when you use the Elemental Mastery, and from there we can already realize 2 different things. So the first one, that Hu Tao, especially if you compare it to Ciao, which is a very strong 5-star and also a spear user, she's not that selfish as we expected, and also she really needs a team to trigger elemental reaction, which in this case they would deal more damage if the sense you use is Elemental Mastery, so in this way you would defeat the enemy faster. That brings us to the second point, where it's far more easy for us to put an HP sense if you want to deal more damage, more like consistent damage, especially if you're not super good at rotate your character. So guys, let's go a little bit deeper again, and we add the Fischl and the White Tassel to the test. So if you're using the same artifact on Hu Tao with the Elemental Mastery Sands, and you also add a character like Fischl, which you can easily apply Overload, the result you can get from using like these 3-star weapons, even if yes, the numbers that are smaller than a 5-star, but the feeling you have when you kill the enemies is very close to a Staff of Homa. And guys, I'm talking about feelings because in a game like this where yes, we can talk about mathematics all the time you want, but for me it's very important also that you understand that having a good feelings about your character, weapon, artifact, all the passive talent, all those 3 all combined together most of the times, it's better, especially for your playstyle guys, and definitely for your wallet. So the highest damage we had from the White Tassel here was around 2700, like the white simple damage, and with the elemental skill up we got a damage around 6800. I did the same, but I used a Staff of Homa instead of the White Tassel, so the only artifact we changed here was the goblet guys, because instead of having a critical damage I put critical rate, so in this way the comparison seems a little bit, I would say, more fair or fair enough. So the highest white damage we got with the Staff of Homa was 4100, and the one with elemental skill were around 10k, very close to 10k. So remember guys that every time you activate the elemental skills of Hu Tao, but after you switch to another character, the elemental skill of Hu Tao will drop. So this is very important if you use a lot elemental skill of Hu Tao. If you really like the character, you just need to remember this, because I would say you can get kind of stuck when you use the elemental skill, switch character, you're going back and you think you are gonna apply Pyro again, which is not the case. So what we said here, that a 5-star will deal more damage mathematically than a 3-star. So good job. Now and so what we learning here? So, but guys, do you remember when I talked about feeling and wallet like a couple of seconds ago? Because how good is the difference in our normal life of Genshin Impact by doing domain, bosses and everything? So it is really that much? Let's go a little bit deeper again guys, and let's go farm the Crimson Witch of Flames together. So I will show you guys a normal situation where you have an HP Sands and a White Tassel here. So I try to defeat the enemy pretty much in the same way both time, and here we can see the result. So the first time with the White Tassel, and the second times we're gonna go and take a look of the Staff of Homa. So guys, let's just see the number and the time especially we have here, because to be honest, okay, let's just say that my white tassel is rank 5, so I agree on that, it's not rank 1, so that's make I would say a big difference, but at the same time it's not even at level 90 because I'm using a level 80 compared to a 95 star Staff of Homa. And this white tassel, guys, will cost you like nothing. So I would say maybe a very annoying chest luck and research, so if you can put it this way, and the time and the damage you will do, I will not say is close, but to be honest, guys, even I would say even if you take a different RNG of the enemies and you do this domain 50 more times than me, so you're like a super pro expert, whatever you want, and maybe you will add a 20, 25, even 30 seconds, but finish the domain in 2 minutes or finish the domain in 2:30 or in 1:32, does it maybe like make the difference of 100 euros, dollar, whatever is your currency? So guys, let's just face the reality here together, and I will try to answer at your question. So first things, I'm not regretting to wishing for Staff of Homa. It's the best weapon I have on my account. It's the best weapon for Hu Tao, period, stop. It's amazing, good. But if you wanna go deeper, one more step, one last time. Here we did the same test, guys, you saw at the beginning of the video with the Staff of Homa, so we did the same test with the white tassel. So the difference on number on the ultimate, guys, here it's huge. So you cannot, I would say, even compare it. I'm not surprised, probably you are not as well, but the main things I'm super surprised about is the amount of time who took to those two weapons to kill the Cryo Regisvine. Sorry for my accent again. So using the same team both time, you can notice already there is a difference, but it's not that a huge difference, since the artifacts and the weapon we have now, we're not able to kill the plant on the first phase, so we need to go to the second phase, which means the amount of time who took you for kill the plant, it's pretty much the same, it's very similar. Of course, guys, if you watched the video the second time, I could, I would say, play a little bit more aggressive, better, and so I probably will able to kill the plant right away, but this is not necessarily the point of the video, guys. Remember that everything you saw and learned here, and I hope you learned something, will make you understand better how Hu Tao is working and what you should use on Hu Tao, depending on what are your goals in your account and what is the situation of your account. So remember, guys, to be careful and not be misguided or misled to the video you saw from me, from other content creator, whatever you saw your video. Just because they are doing a huge amount of damage, this is cool, I understand, but this is not the purpose of the game. This is not the purpose of that will most of the times, yeah, will make you do some good damage, but at the same time doesn't necessarily mean you can beat the end game. So every account is different, and on every account you can achieve amazing result, taking in consideration what you know, guys, how is your playstyle, and how you play the game. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I really hope you learn something, and to be honest, let me know what you think about this kind of guide and this kind of video, because I know it can get a little bit personal, but I really would like you to give you a message, and I really hope out of this video you can learn something for your account, for your character, and whatever is the future of your account. So like the video if you like it, and don't forget to subscribe if you want to show your support, and thank you so much again. I'll see you next time. Ciao, ciao.